very good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, depending on where you are watching me from. And on this special edition, we bring you a report on the Obidient Movement. The Obidient Movement, in partnership with Anambra State Support Groups, has on Saturday, November 9, 2024, had its first ever Southeast Convention since the end of the 2023 general election. The convention, named Good Governance Symposium, was held at the All Saints Cathedral in Onitsha, Anambra State. In a quest to consolidate the strides already achieved in the last presidential election, the leadership of the movement sought to embark on grassroots remobilization and sensitization. The ceremony, which was opened by the recitation of the Nigeria National Anthem, saw the presence of dignitaries and key leaders of the movement, such as Dr. Tanko Yunusa, the national coordinator of the Obidient Movement, Professor Pat Utomi, Mr. Valentine Ozigbo, Professor Stella Okunna, Mr. Oseloka Obaze, Dr. Moses Paul, Maazi Tochukwu Ezeoke, just to mention a few.
Hello? Accreditation for the Good Governance Convention ongoing. Accreditation of delegates to the Good Governance Convention ongoing. Accreditation of delegates to the Obidient Movement Southeast Good Governance Convention. Accreditation of delegates ongoing. Behind me, you see delegates of the convention. Once the government will be accredited, all the employees sign up. Hundreds of people gathering here today for the Obidient Movement Governance arrival of journalists that will cover the event. Thousands of delegates from the entire Southeast region are arriving. Arrival of delegates. Arrival of thousands of delegates. Those who have been accredited, some have taken their seats. Joy and Anna will be on that team. Someone
People sitting in the gallery, I can't hear you. Obidient Movement. Anybody who is not saying it is a suspect. Obidient Movement. We did not say a new Igbo land is possible. We didn't say a new Hausa land is possible. We didn't say a new Kanuri land. It's our collective value. A new praise and welcome Maazi into this occasion. Thank you, sir.
Obidient Movement. Obidient Movement. As the chairman of the organizing committee of this event, it is with great honor, privilege, and a great satisfaction to see all of us here. Ndị Southeast ekele m unu. Ndị Igbo ekele m unu. Anyị ma na anyị nwere Anambra ebe a. Anyị nwere Imo. Anyị nwere Ebonyi. Anyị nwere Abia. Anyị nwere ndị Enugu. Onye ọbụla wee rapụ ife ọ na-eme wee bịa ebe a. Ọ bụrụ na anyị na-ekwu okwu gbasara Obidient Movement, ọ bụ maka ọdịmma mụ na gị, nke kasị ọdịmma ụmụ anyị, ọdịmma ụmụ anyị ndị aka mụrụ amụ. Maka na ọ bụrụ na anyị doziwo obodo a bụ nke anyị nke Chukwu nyere anyị bụ Nigeria, ọ ga-adịla anyị ime mma. Ọ bụrụ na anyị doziwo anyị Igbo kwụsị ụfọdụ ife n'afọ ememe ya, ọ ya adịla anyị mma. Ebe anyị nọ bụ Anambra State. Ọtụtụ n'ime na na-afụ ka ọtụtụ ụzọ na ụfọdụ ife na-emegasị ọ na-adị mma ebe ndị Anambra na-ebe a etu obodo dị taa ọ na-adị mma ebe. Okay. On this note, the leadership of the Obidient Movement once more acknowledge all of you seated, Professor Stella Okunna, my good brother Ibrahim, the national leader of the Obidient Movement, Dr. Yunusa Tanko, leader and speaker up to this event, Chief Valentine Ozigbo, and the admin wife. We have on the right also His Excellency. I'll add chief to him because he's a red captain too, Oseloka Obaze, the former secretary to the state government of Anambra State. And I have my good brother, all of us, we were in the trenches when we were doing the court. A barrister whom I like to interview all the time. He created a narrative that even with Kenneth Okoko eventually became a son, Mr. Abampas, when certain things happened at the court. Chief Benchuk's was more, I greet you, my brother. Obviously, my brother too, Chief John Morrison, who I believe stepped out.
In her remark, the chairman of the event, Professor Okunna, stated that she was astonished at the huge number of people who showed up at the event. Stressing the need to strengthen the movement, she tasked its leaders and other members to work tirelessly in order to ensure that the movement gained greater visibility within and outside Nigeria.
It is participation, it is good judiciary, honesty, integrity, love for the people, grassroots oriented, and all these characteristics have been reflected in one single man, the leader we know today, a man we worked with for 8 years, some not 8 years now, but then this is a man, Pat Utomi, on whom the Obidient Movement is anchored. I want to thank the organizers for this event. When I stepped in here, I was astounded. The number of people here, is Anambra here? Anambra, can I see your hand up? Say hello! Is Abia State here? Anywhere Abia? Are you here? Can we hear you? Even if there are two of you, say hello! Every state, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, say hello! Imo, are you here? Is Imo here? Say hello! Finally, is Ebonyi State here? Ebonyi, are you here? 1 of you, 2, 3, 4. Say hello! That's all we did here. I think for today, you know why we are here? The organizers believe we have a good movement. We have a good message of Nigeria's first year. And that means the Obidient Movement must gain in visibility. We must become better known. We must become visible nationally and internationally. And we cannot be visible if we keep quiet and do nothing. Dr. Tanko, are you there? Please call him. Are you there? You must rise to the occasion. You must organize this movement. You must get visibility and acceptance everywhere in Nigeria. And like somebody who spoke here said, Pat Utomi didn't win the 2023 election with votes of only people. It got across everywhere. And I remember in Anambra State here, many people, virtually everybody, if they were PDP, they voted for their governor in PDP. For the presidency, who did they vote for? If they were in APC, if they were in Amda here, they voted for the presidency for His Excellency. That shows you the man whose acceptance has got across the whole nation. But we must build on that disability. We must build on that acceptance. We must build on that love people have for us by strengthening the Obidient movement and taking it across the nation. I want to thank everyone who is here. And I think it's doable. You have a good leader. He's young and vibrant as the Obidient movement coordinator. Thank you very much. Above all, you have the overall leader, the Obidient movement master himself. And for those who don't know him, I think we all know him. Peter Obi is a man who is selfless, is grassroots oriented, is modest, is down to earth. He loves people and people love him. He's a man of the people. And all we are here to do is to mobilize, to ginger ourselves up, to go out there and conquer the world for the glory. And it is possible. And it is doable. Please, all those who are speaking today, make sure we enlighten all of us about what the movement is about. Enlighten us about what to do. Enlighten us how to follow. So that by the time we meet here today, everybody who is here will have known where we are. Thank you, and may God bless all of us. And please go out there and walk and walk and walk so that this movement becomes world-class and doable. Thank you. And all those who are moving from Anambra State, who didn't come from Anambra State, let me salute you in particular. My dear sister, welcome. And everybody else who came from outside Anambra State, God will grant us double blessings. We'll all go back safely and go there and create visibility for this movement so that what we are doing will become meaningful. Thank you.
On his part, the national coordinator of the Obidient Movement, Dr. Yunusa Tanko, expressed that his journey to the movement started during his first engagement with the Southeast. According to him, on October 5, 2020, while delivering a lecture at the Women's Center in Anambra State capital, Oka, he declared his support for the Southeast presidency. Speaking on the Southeast, the young leader praised the economic progress of the people of the region around the world, notwithstanding the relatively small size of his landmass, attributing his feat to the intelligence and doggedness of the Igbo people. He said that the Igbos had not exuded their full leadership endowment because the region had, since the end of the Civil War, been denied access to political power, and the Obidient Movement totally shuns the political exclusion. Further, bringing to mind the essence of the Obidient Movement, Dr. Tanko noted that the movement was anchored on the former governor of Anambra State, Mr. Pat Utomi, whose mission represents inclusivity, accountability, as well as empowerment and mobilization of the young Nigerians in order to form a formidable force to pull Nigerians out of poverty.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I want to quickly just, because time is of essence, I would like to expand on the existing protocol, but of course it's very important, and I recognize the chairperson of this very occasion, Professor Stella Okunna. Please a round of applause for her. Thank you for being with us. Thank you very much. I have a PowerPoint presentation that I will not take more than 10 minutes to deal with. Ladies and gentlemen, on the 9th of November, which is today, my humble self on the 5th of October 2020, I presented and delivered a paper in Oka, actually in the Women's Center. On that day, I declared my support for a Southeastern president. At that time, today is 4 years. And at that time, I never knew that His Excellency Peter would be running for the presidency of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. At the program, we have Professor Obi. We have Professor Obidient Movement. We have Chief of Blessed Memory. This program was my first engagement in the Southeast. And that was why I declared my support for a Southeast The people of the Southeast are so very important. In everywhere you go to, locally and internationally, you must find one Igbo man president in that particular place. That shows you intelligence, that shows you determination, that shows you ruggedness, that shows you collaboration. As we move forward, these particular numbers gives you a feeling that the Northeast, the Southeast cannot be toyed with. The Southeastern states, since 1999, after the Civil War, the Southeastern states have been denied the opportunity of leading this particular country. And we, in the Obidient Movement, say no to that particular position. Because we believe that the intelligence and the capacity that is endowed within the Southeastern states is more important to virtually help a reconciliation to this particular country of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And that is what we believe in. Now, we have a movement. The movement is called the Obidient Movement. It is anchored around His Excellency Peter Gregory Obi. The movement represents inclusivity, accountability. Its mission is to empower, mobilize the Nigerian youth, and make a formidable force so that Nigeria can be moved out of poverty. These are the words of His Excellency. His Excellency continues to say that you cannot buy bread cheaper because you are a Yoruba man, or you are a Hausa man, or an Igbo man. A poor man in the north is a poor man in the south. A poor man in the east is a poor man in the south, in the west. So therefore, if you believe in Nigeria and you want to get it out of poverty line, your answer is Peter Gregory Obi. Ladies and gentlemen, in order to bore you, the one Nelson Mandela said during his own, he said, as a great nation, Mandela said, the time comes in the life of one nation when there remains only two choices, submit or fight. We choose to fight for the better Nigeria, where every citizen has equal opportunity for success. But get this straight, we are not calling the people to take hands against the state, but we are tooling the minds of the Nigerian people that change is inevitable, and change is better when we move from consumption to production. Ladies and gentlemen, can I have the next slide? The Obidient Movement in the Southeast, through systematic tests, isolated both the magnitude political resilience. Look, it is very important for everybody to know. It is the Southeast that we can produce cars. We have innocent models. It is the Southeast we can produce this particular garment. It is the Southeast we can produce intellectual capacity that can transform this country. It is the Southeast that we can use as a model that represents the whole world, just for this particular group of people. This is the strength of the Nigerian people and this is the strength of the Southeast. Nigeria is in trouble as we speak. You can see the battle. You can see women and men crying. As today, Nigerians cannot eat 3 square meals in their homes. 3 square meals. Even one meal now is becoming difficult. So we must, as a people, stand up to challenge the narrative. Our time, Excellency cannot even move from Benin to Orange. We cannot move. But here they are spending trillions of dollars to build a road from Canada to Lagos. They just commissioned one now from Sokoto to Lagos. Why the ones that we have on ground are not opening? It doesn't make sense. And we have people who have a particular capacity in transforming this country. And I believe this country, with the technical knowledge of the people of the Southeast, we can transform all the roads of this Nigerian place to a better road. This gentleman, the man we call the man with the capacity, consistency, capability, the man that believes that Nigeria can be transformed into a better country. And this is the man that all of us believe in. He's the champion and the hero of our belief. He's the champion and belief of our collective responsibility. So ladies and gentlemen, anytime you are thinking, think to me. If you are eating, eat to me. If you are driving, drive to me. If you are moving, move to me. We believe in that anywhere you are going, we will move with you. And every reason why, a person like nicely. This is the point I said. The picture that you see are children of people. This is maybe factory. This is hunger in the land. This is insecurity in the land. Poverty is damage to God. The inflation is too much. These are imaginary children. You are children of somebody. And then we think that the nation is moving. No, we must stand firm to challenge the in our society and make Nigeria a better country than all of us will become. The call to action is a continuous one. We cannot stop. If anybody thinking that we did something in 2023, we have done nothing. This particular movement is going to transform from where we are to a gigantic country. But together, with you and I, we can move this country to a better country, and I'm sure I believe. Same for, look at these beautiful people. These are Nigerians. Anywhere we go in the world, we are being valued. Why are we not valuing ourselves? We must value ourselves as a common Nigeria as a supportive country. Where when you travel out of the country, your green passport will be a symbol of unity. Your green passport will be the symbol of upliftment. Your green passport will be that particular passport that makes you a human being that you deserve. And that is the government of by His Excellency Peter Gregory. Together, let's make a final position. I want to say, great Nigerian people, great Nigerian people, great Nigerian people, great Nigerian people. Fellow Nigerians, together we can achieve greatness. Together we can build a nation that is enemy of the world. Together we can create a nation with future prosperity for all. Let us try a better community. Let us work together as a team. Let us build Nigeria. Let us mobilize Nigeria. And finally, there is a popular saying that wherever we go, where you will see an Igbo man or a Southeastern man's person, please run, because that place is there's no prosperity. And we want to have a country that has prosperity. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say with you, with all level of sincerity and patriotism, Nigeria needs you as much as you need Nigeria. Thank you very much for listening.
The keynote speaker, Professor Pat Utomi, who joined the convention online, described the Obidient Movement as symbolizing not only the possibility of a new Nigeria, but also the inevitability and imperativeness of a new Nigeria. However, he warned that his dream was not possible without the perseverance of members.
movement involved. One, it is spiritual actually. I mean, these now inside Nigerians really for the possibilities of Nigeria, we cannot prepare and to humiliate. However, the people of saying the right way and walking the talk. That's why I try and that's boom. They got to crystallize the people getting together. The ability to let Nigerians also take from penalty. The Nigerians who are now with me and the we have to do something about it. The Obidient Movement came together because we had connected at some point to the fire that was brewing inside of the people at home. There are many of these reasons why the Obidient Movement came together, but we will not be able to go without the down body. Historic example. The United States got our independence from. How did the UK reach to one night? In North Carolina, the UK was one of the national countries that became Anambra State Support Groups. And looked like the head of the club. Even with the another program of the local revolution for Nigeria is to move the production and not just the content for people for content, but to produce those that report and people to have a quality of life for people to be there and alive. But in Britain, at the time of the local revolution, when the ability for power-based production manufacturing is still not everywhere, life was so miserable. People wrote literature like the Keynote, like the people were terrorized by those who had power, and they were too long. The pathways of thinking, the root of British intellectuals, began to reach in form. And so the thought of the national broadcast, and they realized that they were just flying. They would go from the form to the back, toilet, and have a big meeting. And they never took the name for themselves, looking at practice that they adopted in history. And they chose one adopted by the Roman general. Christus, Quintus, Marcus, Marcus, who they wrote to the art. But the great army of Carthage was marked against Rome. And so, from his name party, they called themselves Obidient. The new Obidient society was born. And they resolved that they would create a movement that would be across and around the generation of knowledge society movement and organizing into a political party that would eventually drive their goals. The citadel of knowledge that they created, we are all now come to know as the London School of Economics, became the vision of Obidient. And the created became the living one. And I get to explain why some of us do different things that we are doing, so that we understand that the strength in planning and in dividing up approaches. We are founded the new drive. What is the new drive? This new drive of paper. Well, the new drive is essentially a value-based movement. So doesn't take anything away from the obedient movement with a clear goal. But its focus is on value, because value shapes human progress. And Nigeria is crippled today because we dwell in the crisis of values that people have to culture. And so how do we get people of personal integrity? People who are committed to work ethic, people who move us from production, from consumption to production. How do we get people who believe in justice and fair play, who believe in inclusion? The goal of the new drive, this new drive of paper, is actually to use a series of cohorts to drive a new consciousness, almost always the video grows the last consciousness movement in South Africa as a young man in Sweden. Today, in our country, youth who realize that where we are going is not so here until we retool the mindset. And I think consciousness will bring people who necessary, if they, because of their value, will see the world of what they will get in the very time. And so, while we are building the new side, we are engaged with the obedient movement and trying to make the obedient movement to see that Nigerians come itself, moving towards the direction of the electoral trend that will transform the civil life. We are proceeding that in the approach campaign that will have even strong political action, like the system, working with the new right, working with the obedient, that can work with other actors to build a broad coalition that will become a political party. Voting those who want to be alone, whether it's Labour, ANC, SDP, into a political platform that is disciplined, that is looking at purpose that is to the Nigerian people, and not just an opportunity to connect up so that we can enrich ourselves, be powerful and popular in the way.
Moving forward, the former secretary to the state government of Anambra State, Mr. Oseloka Obaze, emphasized on the structure of the movement. He stated that though the conveners of the movement played key roles in advancing its agenda, the ordinary Nigerians, including the teenager who had stood in front of Pat Utomi's convoy during an obedient rally in Lagos, constituted the biggest heroes of the movement.
The Anambra, obedient. Let's try something. Even stand up the protocol that's already existed. I salute the chair, the interim coordinator, my brother Val, John Wosu, the general, everybody who's here. I have a simple message. I am obedient, and I have no apologies. And I believe that you're all obedient, that's why you're here. And in the obedient movement, we have one leader, Pat Utomi, who is not here today. But I'm glad that he knows that we're here. They said we had no structure. They said we were 4 men in the room preaching. I was one of those 4 men. And from no structure, we became a national movement. From no structure, we became an international movement. There are unsung heroes of this movement. You will see them in the brochure, they were the conveners. But the biggest heroes of this movement are the single individuals on the street of Nigeria. All of you here. The young man who stood in front of Peter's vehicle and spread his hands this way. All over. The only thing we are asking for is a new Nigeria, which we know is possible. Many have been called to lead this country. Most have let us down. Let's give Pat Utomi the opportunity, and that opportunity starts here. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you so much, Daddy Oho. Dr. Oseloka Obaze, a leader in the Obidient Movement, one who has coordinated so much. All right, we're going to run a very fast course for just quick remarks. The representation or representative of the Anambra Support Group, are you here? If you're here, quickly make your way up to the stage, quickly. Where is the representation of the Anambra Support Groups? Are you here? The representative of the Anambra Support Group, are you here?
Later in the event, a former governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party and now a potential Labour Party aspirant in the 2025 Anambra State gubernatorial election, Mr. Valentine Ozigbo, described the event as a fulfilled dream, inspiring hope and unity. Speaking on the need to rescue Anambra State from the shackles of bad governance, Mr. Ozigbo introduced a document which he described as containing governance framework that encompassed the economic, political, social, and spiritual problems of the Anambra. Have a look.
Obidient Movement. My leaders, my friends, I'm excited to be here. I am extremely happy to be here. I will start off with gratitude, speak briefly, Oseloka, our movement, and then I will come to Anambra State. And my first gratitude would go to God Almighty, our Creator. Onyaomelo and Wakota. Mudonongo. May His name be praised forever in Jesus' name. Secondly, I'd like to appreciate
sincerely with His Excellency Pat Utomi. I wish he was there. God bring him here today. His Excellency Pat Utomi is a man I have tremendous respect for. He is that shining light in this country. That's source of hope. And we know that indeed under him, Nigeria will witness a new dawn. And I'll speak briefly on that very shortly. I want to thank our leaders from all dimensions, and people who, particularly for those who came from outside of the Southeast. A lot of them have been recognized already, from Dr. Tanko Yunusa to Karim Ibrahim, my good friend, to Nana, and all the other leaders. Biko, I salute you all. Welcome to Anambra State. Welcome to us. I want to thank my elders in the room, those who have been in this battle with us for a long time. His Excellency Oseloka Obaze, I appreciate you. Sige. I want to thank my own mother, the chairman of this occasion, Professor Stella Okunna. I salute you, membership. I have two wives. One who can take a jacket and not my wife. Ozigbo, I greet you. But also have a political wife who was my running mate when I ran for governorship in 2021. I said, okay, I'm going to salute you. So we're only thinking I'm a polygamist. I am not. Let me appreciate all our elected members here. A lot of them are here from Justice Azoka, Jude Diego, Pat Utomi, Fred Ezenwa, Nigeria National Anthem, and the rest of it. Let me appreciate all those who are in the trenches for different roles, either for senatorial or for governorship. Using that event, we're all going to work in unity, in collaboration. It's on that note I want to appreciate you, John Mosu. No. I want to appreciate Dr. sitting here. Don Chidi, Mongo, I salute you. The General, Chuma Zeriko, I salute you. The former member of House of Reps. There are many that I should acknowledge here today, but I'm going to rest on that. I want to make an error to be but I have to sincerely applaud the organizing committee that put this together. Maazi Tochukwu, can we please give a round, amazing round of applause? Thank you.
His Excellency Valentine Ozigbo.
The real superstars in the room are all the obedient members who have left the entire 21 local government of Anambra to be here, who have left other states in the southeast to be here. I greet all of you. I greet all of you. You You are the reason for who we are today. May God bless each and every one of you in Jesus' name. And I want to say a big thank you to those people who have coordinated the obedience. We have the harmonized team led by Anambra. We have also the corporate team, Asinda and Obahe and Dr. Nanda and Ido. I've also seen Justin Kingland and Dr. Baker and all of you guys. Once more, may God bless you. This event for me is a dream come true. It is something I hope for, something that can bring all of us together, for us to understand that unity will stand, divided will fall. If you do not understand the need for us to fix this country, fix the Southeast, and fix Anambra State, then you don't belong here. We are all hemorrhaging. We are all suffering. And indeed, we have to do all we have to do to get Anambra right. Because by the time we get Anambra right, I can tell you, we will get the majority from the entirety of Southeast right. And by the time we do that, we will begin to get ready to usher in a new dawn in 2027, when Peter Obi will reclaim his mandate as Nigeria's president. The urgency, the importance is not lost to us. What we did in 2023 is a sign of what is possible. In 2023, people from all walks of life gathered together. They believed, they worked hard. The dream was not short, albeit temporary. It is time to reignite our vision and push that momentum to yet another level. 2023, I have to say thank you. Each time I have an opportunity to speak, I appreciate particularly those who helped this movement in no small measure, who are not part of the Southeast. When people actually asked me, I said to them, my major heroes of this movement of obedient movement that we made actually came out of the Southwest. When I think about President Obaze, can we give them all a round of applause? These are the people who stood by us when some of our people couldn't even stand by us. And then when you look up front, a lot of them are here, some are not here. I wish Aisha Yusuf is also here. A fire brand that is the good leader. All of these people, they gave us a reason to believe that indeed a new Nigeria is possible. A few things we left undone. This is time for us to finish that up. But like many speakers have spoken here, we can't belittle the importance of getting it right in particularly Anambra State in 2025. Anambra State 2025 is so important because it's going to be momentum building. It's going to give us what we call a spiritual upliftment. It's going to also provide a political balance. Because if people are standing at the where there is and it's on that note that I always preach, Anambra State, Anambra where Chawa. Anambra beginning, Chawa. I have a document here, which will pass around. This document is a governance framework for Anambra Chawa. Anambra Chawa. What does that even mean? For a better and brighter Anambra State. It covers all that is important, from the physical to the spiritual, from the ideological to the political, from the governance to the actions that follow. Anambra is a unique state. have called ourselves the light of the nation. But that light is dim today. It is time for that light to blossom. Matthew 5:16, let your light still shine, so that people will acknowledge the good deeds and praise the God who is in heaven. All the good for us to do this, we need to think about 2025. I will not bore you with all the contents. When you read through this, you will understand the ideology, the philosophy, the spirituality behind Anambra Child. I actually said everything at the Bible Tower. Oh, we are in the Bible for now. The Bible Tower, the Anambra. We have gathered here today about politics. We are going to pass an incumbent government in Anambra State in 2025. It's not going to be an easy task. The only thing we can do, we owe ourselves, is to come together as one. We must come together. We must come together. And that coming together means only one of us will be the candidate of our party. Only one of us. But let's do it properly. Ndi member, our masses member, the parents member, how we decide no one candidates. Because from the house, from the voice of our people, is the voice of God. Ndị member understands person of what those who are candidate, I'll go back home. Now because we need that unity and focus. We need to come together. And you know Maya, if you like Anambra today, if you like the darkness that we're witnessing, the killing, the murder, the battles, and all of that, people, by all means, allow Onitsha to continue. But if you reject the status quo, let's find a new light, a new dawn. And all I say to you, Okunna, follows will make Anambra proud as the next governor of Anambra State.
Karigo, VCO.
Today is not for campaign, and so I'm going to stop here. We need to pray for Anambra State. The last page of the document I shared is a prayer. If you do not mind, you can stand up and read this with me. Let us pray. Dear Father, we present Anambra to you with gratitude for your guidance and blessings. Your word in Proverbs 29:2 reminds us that godly leadership brings joy while wicked rule causes suffering. We acknowledge our shortcomings and beseech you to forgive our sins. As the light of nations, Matthew 5:16 inspires us to shine by showcasing good deeds that glorify you. We strive to be instruments of evangelization, spreading your love. We ask that you choose a godly and righteous leader for Anambra State. May our actions and words reflect your light, inspiring others to draw closer to you. We offer this prayer through Christ our Lord.
Prayer is
Valentine Ozigbo, I think you spoke very well as a leader, as a father, and as one who understands and epitomizes the spirit of the Obidient Movement. It's something that you said that is very crucial. That you remember the meeting we had in Abuja, where we said that regardless, today is not campaigning, it's symposium. But
now, to further realize the essence of the convention, leaders of various support groups that rallied behind the Obidient Movement had the opportunity to express gratitude to the successes of the movement. Ezeoke Blessing Shimezie, the convener of Take Back Nigeria movement, commended the victory of the movement in the 2023 election, notwithstanding the final pronouncement by the Independent National Electoral Commission. He acknowledged the weariness of some members arising from the election outcome, as well as their possible tendency to disagree with the movement leaders. However, he encouraged the audience to remain steadfast, aiming to bring about a new Nigeria.
Obidient Movement. Thank you so much. So let me start on the existing protocol. But let me start by congratulating all of you seated down here, the Obidient. Both those of you that are watching us all over the world. And the reason why I want to congratulate you is for your resounding victory at the 2023 presidential elections. I said congratulations once more. Now the reason why I need to congratulate is because the umpire told me that you lost the election, but I'm here to tell you that you actually won the election. And you didn't just win the election, you also won the hearts of Nigerians. Now we must continue to build on that momentum. I know some of you are already tired. I know some of you don't entirely agree with some of the leaders of the Obidient Movement, our actions, our speeches, our movement, and some of the things we do. But I want you to understand that if you agree with everything your leader said, then there's a problem somewhere. So we must, at different intervals, disagree with ourselves, right? We must disagree for us to agree, but the ultimate goal is that we need to make sure that we get a Nigeria that works. For me, this is what this movement is about. And we will not stop until we get there. Do you agree with me? Obidient Movement! People, cancel on Ghana because we can't let it down. Right to where we know in Anambra. So it's in Anambra State. On a weekend, anytime I open and see land in Anambra State, it will be the women. I don't know why. And, even yesterday on the table, I'm not that this is now extremely bad. We can't continue like this. Something is fundamentally wrong with the leadership we have in our state at the moment. And we need to change that. Indiana Corona directly. But we must put in the work. It's no longer time for people to sit back and wait for things to happen. The reason why 2023 was successful was because you and I took responsibility. Only Okunna did the work, and that is what we must do in Anambra for us to get the leadership that we deserve. I see that Anambra were approving billionaires of over 1,500, if I'm not mistaken, right? We cannot have this level of resources and we have our state in this condition. So in Anambra, I am here to urge you to actually stand up and take your future in your hands. On this note, let me thank and congratulate the committee that set up this event. So that was wow.
In the same vein, the Director General of Big Tent Coalition, Ibrahim Abdul Karim, noted that the convention was necessary to reinvigorate the obedient spirit that the people of the Southeast exhibited in the last election. Mr. Ibrahim pointed that the North had searched exhaustively but found no individual who was anywhere near Mr. Utomi in terms of his political ideologies. He further revealed that for the length of time he had worked with the former governor, he witnessed only a figure. He had not witnessed a figure whose values were near the values of Utomi.
Nigeria, which way we go? I know my father. I want to know which way Nigeria. Nigeria is going. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, people that are looking at us, are watching this program from anywhere in the world. I'm going to stand on the existing protocol, and I want to be very quick. I came with my timer so that I will just end exactly that minute. Because that's what we are trying to do, and that's the conversation we are here for as two conference. To do things according to how we state we are going to do it. My own is just to tell you the importance of this gathering today on the people that are watching you from the northern part of the country. In the north, we have done all the type of goods we want to do. We went to travel during Buhari and we are seeing the shape. And we tried, we went religious with Tinubu and we see shady romance. Now in the north, we have already lost our guns. Instead, now we are looking for competent persons. No more this person is coming from my side, or this one is coming from someone. But what is important to us is that when they are selling asphalt to us, they pointed to levels to say in huge levels. We try to explain. Now if I talk, somebody will ask me, your PO, is it in Anambra? Because they have never been to Anambra. So what we are saying is just simple here on this podium. We are looking at how you love your own so that we love him more or better for you people. If you don't like your own, how will we convince our own people to like him more than the way his people don't like him? That's why we are here. We want to show today that we need to see a sensible system. You can vote any time you want to vote, but as of today, we have checked everywhere. We have not seen one person near Peter Obi, nobody. In terms of politics of ideology and believing in people. In the place where I come from, you will see a commissioner. Because he's feeling big, he start working like this, and maybe has something from his back. Don't be a commissioner. If you see a governor, he has already elevated himself just a few inches between him and God. You will think that you can't do anything unless you pass through him. When I worked with Mr. Peter Obi for the past 2 years. I realized a person that is just looking for what you can offer to your own people. How competent are you on the work you are going to administer? Not by the church or job as we said, but show workings. And we are here to make sure that no matter what, our one most important thing to take home is that all his commissioners, all the people he worked with up to today, are seeing still having good relationship with them. And each one of them, I have a chance to have a conversation on who is this Peter Obi. And all I'm hearing is that it's just a person that just wants to work. And I follow him and I see he just wants to work. I see if you stop Mr. Peter Obi from working, he's going to fall sick. Because he's already used to working. And I'm so angry with the kind of people we are putting home. They will be there in their 80s, in their 70s, just for them to enjoy the government, not for them to work for the government. And you can see, I have seen a person that have done what is called step visit in almost all the communities in Anambra, and I hope right from Obasanjo, that's the last time we have seen people going around to do kind of work. And I'm so happy by special grace of God with good governance that we have seen they have established in Anambra State. Anambra State is very, very important to us because 2025 there is going to be election here. And if we disgrace ourselves as Obidient Movement in Anambra State, I bet you, even myself in Sokoto, my state in Kaduna, it will be very difficult for me to see how I'm going to explain what really happened if he cannot hold where it is. That's why we are Obidient Movement, and that's why we are here. Any direction we put ourselves, please, all of you that are bringing for a better Anambra, please think of we need Anambra State in our campaign in 2027. If we need Obidient Movement cannot get this Anambra by 2025, us will give us a very clear task for us to continue this movement for the whole of the country. Let us be obedient as people know us. A new Nigeria is very possible under Peter. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please consider clapping for him. Let me also recognize.
On her part, the women's spokesperson for P2B Media Reach, Nana Kauzaure, affirmed her unwavering membership of the Obidient Movement despite coming from the northern part of the country. She then encouraged the people of the Southeast to cultivate a stronger presence in the next convention by mobilizing other individuals in the region, stressing that this move would help to boost the movement's visibility and formidability.
Onitsha, this hall and outside should be overflowing with obedience. That means we need to be 5 times stronger. Because when you come up north, the story has changed. When we started, they laughed at us. They asked some of us if we are really from the north because we were supporting Peter. And many of us are still with him, and we do not regret it. Because today, they're not buying bread cheaper. And they can see the renewed shaking that T-Pay. And we are not feeling
just sing now. You are going higher. You are going higher. Listen, Onitsha, na be Chineke. You are going to go. Ask me to you are going higher.
In a special coverage by the Diaspora Digital Media, a devout apostle of the Obidient Movement, Dr. Moses Paul, said that the essence of the Obidient Movement was to galvanize Nigerians in order to achieve greater feats in the future. He stated that the movement embodied good governance geared towards creating a better and stronger Nigeria. He expressed that the unprecedented event in Africa, where people within and outside the nation rallied around a single entity, was a result of Mr. Obi's values and ideas. Dr. Moore also made it clear that while the Labour Party was unable to achieve its aim of installing Mr. Obi into power, the Obidient Movement achieved its aim of creating an ambience for a greater Nigeria. Good afternoon, everyone. The person standing before you needs no introduction because he is a staunch advocate of the Obidient Movement. But let us allow him to introduce himself. Maybe he will speak better for himself. So please, sir, can you introduce yourself? Tell us who you are.
Well, my name is Dr. Moses Paul, and like you rightly said, I'm an ardent grassroots Obidient Movement member.
Right. Sir, could you please, in one or two words, tell us briefly what the purpose of today's occasion?
Primarily, we're here today to, it's all about the energy, the essence, the characterization of the Obidient Movement. It's to galvanize and mobilize and organize the Obidient Movement for a greater tomorrow. That's the essence. The Obidient Movement is about good governance. It's about ensuring that a greater, a stronger, a better Nigeria emerged, you know. And we're all here. It's built on the characterization of the individual called Mr. Peter Obi. It's upon his values, his essence, his consistency, his character, his competence, those values that epitomize who he is. It's upon that galvanization that we're here to ensure that those values take deep roots into our political, social, cultural, religious, spiritual essence in the country so that we can continue to build a one indivisible Nigeria that benefits all beyond the parochialism of tribe, religion, region, and political affiliation.
So looking at the atmosphere here, it is well charged. Yeah, this place is swarming with a lot of people, but is this occasion meant to be attended by the Obidient Movement worldwide or just the Southeast?
Well, because we live in a global village where whatever is happening anywhere at any time in any part of the world can be broadcast and everybody can be a part of it. So people are joining in from America, from Europe, from everywhere and across Nigeria. But essentially, this is a Southeast Good Governance Symposium by the Obidient Movement. So just like we finished the one in the Northwest where it was hosted in Kano just a few weeks ago. And after here, of course, the Northeast is also hosting and North Central. So yes, anyone and everybody can attend, but this is particularly happening on ground zero here in Anambra State because it's about the Southeast, symposium to ensure that we galvanize this particular zone to be guided properly.
So if you look at the 2023 general elections, the Obidient Movement did not achieve its objective. That is the main objective, which is to install His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi into power. But could you, in 3 words, could you cite 3 achievements of the Obidient Movement? Because I know that there are other achievements of the Obidient Movement.
I think the Obidient Movement achieved its essence and its purpose in 2023. Many people we take lightly what happened for Mr. Peter Obi to emerge. And based on INEC's data, they said over 6 million people. If you understand what that means, and the incumbent president has 8 million people, that is to tell you that the Obidient Movement actually, they more than achieved their aim. I have had the rare privilege to have traveled with our principal across the world. We've done 15 states in America. We just returned last week. So I understand probably more than anybody else the energy that surrounds Mr. Peter Obi and the galvanization of the Obidient Movement. As you will see here today, it's palpable. This is the first time probably in the history of, the blackest, most populous nation on the face of the earth where people raved and galvanized around a single entity because of the energization of the characterization, like I said, of the essence, that simulates the spirit around him, because of the values that he enshrines. We have people across the world, from South Africa to Kenya to Zimbabwe. The other time we were in Rwanda, we're in Ghana, all over the place. There is a movement that has been awakened and never seen before. So I can tell you that we more than achieve what we set out to do, because the Obidient Movement is not a political party. For political parties, it's about installing a leader. The Obidient Movement is about creating an ambience for a greater Nigeria. When Mr. Peter Obi becomes president, after 4 or 8 years he's going to go, but the Obidient Movement is way beyond what the cycles of elections or the cycles within which Mr. Peter Obi is going to be president. It's about ensuring that generations to come will see a Nigeria where the values that he enshrined will be a characterization for everyone in Nigeria. That's what we are, and I think we more than achieved that, because a new Nigeria spirit and an energy was born in 2023.
Thank you very much. But one more question. You know that the essence of the Obidient Movement is to adopt the ideas and principles of Mr. Peter Obi. Now, if the current president or the current administration adopts these ideas and principles, because Peter Obi, I remember he once said that he is not desperate to be president of Nigeria, but to see Nigeria work. And that is enshrined in the principles and ideas that he propagates. So if the current administration, supposing the current administration adopt these principles and ideas of Peter Obi, would you support the current government in the next election?
Mr. Peter Obi would not even... The moment, what he's concerned about is a working Nigeria. And when we talk about a working Nigeria, we're talking about a Nigeria where you can see a seamlessness, where meritocracy takes center stage, where character, competence, integrity takes center stage. Once that is achieved, Mr. Peter Obi's aim is achieved, and that's why he keeps reiterating, I'm not desperate to be president. I'm desperate to see Nigeria work. So I think, that being said, you know exactly what the answer is.
All right. Are we expecting His Excellency today?
He has a very crucial meeting. We are awaiting him. I don't know if he'll be able to make it, but all the lieutenants are on ground. And what the movement is about, it's about his characterization. So it makes no difference whether he's here or not.
All right, thank you very much. It is very nice speaking with you, Dr. Moses Paul, a staunch and stalwart member of the Obidient Movement. You are at the forefront, pushing the movement forward. So we ask you to mop out your elbow, sir. Thank you very much for granting this interview. Thank you. All right. Additionally, a Nollywood actor, comic actor Ime Bishop Umo, fondly called Okon, was present at the event. Mr. Okon said that his sense of patriotism and eagerness to see a new Nigeria inspired him to attend the convention. The Nollywood actor enjoined Nigerians to look up to Mr. Peter Obi, who he eulogized as a model with moral probity. Now, to those who have lost hope, he said that they should revive their hope. Also, when asked what he considered the greatest feat for the movement, Mr. Okon stated that he will, the will to seek against the backdrop of a seeming weariness was greatest. Finally, he called on the people of Anambra State to support Mr. Valentine Ozigbo for a new Anambra State.
Okay, my name is Ime Bishop Omo. I'm an actor, I'm a comedian. They call me Okon Lagos. That's my alias.
What inspired you to come for this event today?
What inspired me to come to the event is simple. It's my sense of patriotism. Yes, it's there. I want to see a Nigeria that works. Yes.
Can we say you believe in the Obidient Movement?
Absolutely, I do. I believe in the Obidient Movement, and Peter Obi, who is the leader of the Obidient Movement, also believes in the Obidient Movement. Yes, because he says he is very strong in his opinion that he's not desperate to become Nigeria's president. All he's desperate to see is a workable Nigeria. It's a Nigeria that works. Meaning, if we wake up tomorrow morning and then finds a Nigeria that works, he'll go about his trading business and he will abandon the ambition of becoming president because absolutely Nigeria is working. So that's what I want to see. I want to see Nigeria that works.
Now, going by the outcome of the last presidential election, what would be your message to those who have lost hope, considering that it didn't really work out as planned for the Obidient Movement? Many of them are dispirited. How do you wake up their spirits to participate in the forthcoming presidential election?
It's hard to wake people's spirits who don't want to be awoken. But I would want to speak and implore and urge them not to give up hope. They should keep on keeping on, keep hope alive. Nigeria will work. Nigeria can work. And the workability of Nigeria depends on our collective will as patriotic citizens. The leaders that we have are chosen from the pool of the citizenry. Yes. So at the end of the day, first of all, there has to be an ethical and attitudinal change. Yes, a very radical one. There has to be a mental renaissance in the minds of every Nigerian, because it is in this same pool that we pick up our leaders from. So there has to be that, and we need to see our leader Peter Obi as a model. Okay, you strive. I'm not trying to say that you should be Peter Obi. Everyone is unique. Even identical twins, there are. In fact, there's a thick line of demarcation between both of them. They are not the same. But if we have to look at Peter Obi as a model, we should look at someone who is, he's not a saint, but he works tirelessly hard to be morally upright, and then to show himself ethically and morally approved to handle or wear the reins of leadership of a country as great as Nigeria. So that's what we have to do. First of all, we have to know that Nigeria can work, and it is not a sprint; it's a marathon. Yes, it's a marathon. It's Nigeria. The workability in Nigeria is not a 2-minute noodle. Yes, it's not. It will not have an effervescent-like effect, like Andrew's liver salt you pour into a glass of water, just shh, and it fizzles out. No, it's not going to work. You have to, put in the hard work. You need to put in the determination, and then the walk to freedom is a long walk, a long, rigorous walk. Yes. So, and I know Nigerians are brave. I know Nigerians have determination. I know we have the grit. I know we have what it takes to walk, to have that painstaking long walk to the attainment of freedom, and then go through the dark tunnel, no matter how dark it is, with the hope that there's going to be a glimmer of light down there. So
while we're inside, you spoke about Anambra State, the current state of Anambra State and everything. Could you tie it into your message about how it's a marathon and not a sprint, and what your hopes for Anambra State 2025 election is?
Well, this is it. My hopes for Anambra State is a better Anambra State. See, these things, I don't know how to say it. It's Abia is working. All right, Abia is working. Okay, commonsensically, all right. If you tilt to this side of the argument and say, okay, if Abia is working, then if Anambra toes the line of labor, it is very likely the case that Anambra is going to work. But if Anambra toes the line of Labour Party with Valentine Ozigbo, it is not very likely the case. It's absolutely the case that Anambra is going to work, because you don't fix what is not broken. Like I said, you don't change a winning team. Val is not broken. I wish I can do less than making it look like I'm hyping him. But you, Anambrarians, it's not about me. My state is okay. I'm fine. Look, we have arguably the best road networks in all of the federation, apart from Lagos. Lagos can't even talk where we are coughing as far as road networks is concerned in Akwa Ibom State. You understand? I'm proud, I'm loud to be Akwa Ibomite, because we've had a chronicle of good leaders. Yes, may not be the best of leaders, may not have been an ideal leadership, okay, but it's very satisfactory, you know. And that's what I wanted. That's what Anambrarians deserve. Because individually, Anambra people are very great. They are giants. Entrepreneurially, you don't cough where you guys are talking. It's hard for one to cough where you're talking. Yes. I think you have the highest collection of billionaires in southern Nigeria. I can dare to say. Yes, I do. But a synthesis of all of you in a state called Anambra is not reflective of who you are individually. And there has to be a shift in paradigm. There has to be someone who comes and then makes that synthesis work. And my convictions lie with Val. But it's unfortunate I am not going to vote in Anambra. And I can only say that please, listen and heed the call of reason and support Val. And I believe Val will work. That's it.
What do you consider the greatest achievement of the Obidient Movement? Because we understand that the immediate objective in the past election was to install His Excellency Mr. Pat Utomi, but that did not happen. So, but I know that there are other achievements. So what do you consider the greatest achievement of this movement?
The greatest achievement of this movement? The greatest achievement of the Obidient Movement,
yes, sir,
is the will to stick to the movement in the face of seeming hopelessness. That is it, you know. That's the greatest achievement. The fact that you're here as an Obidient, when you know that, considering the fact that it is what it is right now politically, chances looks or seems very slim, okay, for us. But come on, the fact that you have that blind trust, okay, and love to stick to the movement regardless, and you don't want to exploit your common sensibility, right, or your political wisdom, you know, to tilt to the other side of the lawn that the grasses are greener. I think that is a lot more than an achievement.
Okay, one more question for you. Now, we are talking about mobilization. Now, is there a way, you are an actor in the movie industry, a Nollywood movie industry, is there a way to mobilize actors and actresses in the industry, to tell them, to convince them how important and needful it is to support this man, His Excellency?
We don't need to mobilize actors and actresses. We need to mobilize Nigerians. We have over 200 million Nigerians to mobilize. And actors and actresses are a very minute school drop, okay? You don't need to mobilize actors and actresses. I went out there, I could barely get audience. Why? Because they were sharing food. You get, if this should not be a reason for you to, put everything you have in making Nigeria work, right, in ending hunger, okay? Man, oh my God, what would you do? I don't
Okon, we have this talking with Okon.
Now I am back. This is Okon Lekos. What you were hearing is Ime. Yes, this is Okon Lekos, and I am telling you, I am proudly obedient, and I am supporting Valentine Ozigbo.
The Obidient Movement Southeast Symposium did not end without a touch of entertainment delivered by Ambassador Justin Kingland, who is also the convener of Nigeria Needs P2B. Speaking on the importance of the convention, Ambassador Kingland told the diaspora digital media that the objective of the symposium was to bring together like minds who would pool intellectual and material resources together to effect good governance in the country. He also decried the devastating economic situation in the country, stating that the Tinubu-led government lacked and would never be willing and able to develop policies capable of effectively addressing the situation. Take a look.
Stand up if you know you're obedient. Obedient! Let's go. No time. Let's go, DJ. You know, Nigeria,
Okay, good afternoon, sir. Introduce yourself. Tell us what is your name and who are you in particular, your titles and all the things.
Excellent afternoon, viewers. I am Ambassador Honorable Kingland Justin Okechukwu Ezane. I'm BOT member of COPDEM. At the same time, pioneer founding member of Obidient Movement worldwide. And for what we are having today, Good Governance Symposium Southeast, I am the head mobilization for Onitsha local government, Dunukofia, Idemili North, and Oka North local government areas. Yep.
All right, sir. What have we come here to do today? What is the occasion all about? What is the purpose and the objective?
It's all about Good Governance Symposium, all obedient movement for the 5 Southeast states. As you know, since after 2023 presidential election, Obidient have not come together. I think this is the first time we are coming together out since after election. And not only in Southeast, because what we are doing after this, we'll be heading Southwest, maybe North Central. I'm sure that Northeast have done their own, maybe Northwest as well. So it's something that just to come together and network once again and discuss the way forward and about good governance.
So since P2B was not installed in power, I know the installation of P2B into power was the fundamental objective of the Obidient Movement, but since that did not happen, what do you consider the greatest achievement of the Obidient Movement so far?
As you know, the first and foremost, what we achieved, everyone who participated in 2023 presidential election will tell himself or herself the truth that P2B won that election, but INEC performed their magic. So we achieved a lot by the first time in the history whereby the youth of the nation and we do away with tribalism, and where you see North, East, South and West coming together supporting someone from the Southeast, not just because he's from Southeast, it's simply because he is the man everyone wants to be. He is our president. P2B is our president. He's our apex leader, and we know he won the election. We achieved that alone. We achieved becoming one, first time in the history of the nation, where the youth come together to support one man they believe that is going to deliver, is going to take them out of the many crises happening in Nigeria. But it just happened that the way it goes, you know, the politics of Nigeria, it happens the way it happened. But we achieved a lot.
In what way do you suggest the Obidient Movement can be boosted in order to prepare it for the next election?
Like what we are doing right now, coming together, synergizing, working in synergy, harmonizing ourselves, and being stronger than ever. Let's take it step by step, like what we are doing today in the Southeast. We take it around the 6 geopolitical zone. Then after that, then we'll move to the next stage. But the major thing is to come together and be stronger than ever.
So what would you consider most annoying about the current government? Because everyone is abhorring it, everyone is tired, everyone is angry with it. But what do you consider not appealing about this government?
You have said it all. It's everywhere. Everyone is feeling the pain. Also the tax policy reform, the tax reform, all that, and the high cost of everything. Look at a tuber of yam, you get a very small tuber of yam is 6,000. Bread that we normally buy, bread of 250, 300 naira or 400 naira that will do for the whole family. Right now, 5,000 cannot be enough for you and your family. And at the same time, a cup of rice, gari and all this, the cost of living is very, very high, and which is very bad. You know, the hunger in the nation is affecting everyone. The same way it is in the north, the same it is in the south. That is everywhere. The hunger, the cost of living, unemployment, and a lot of children out of school. So it's really appealing. It's very, very painful, what we are seeing today. It has never been so before.
Okay, one more question before we go. You know that P2B is propagating a radical idea in terms of governance, his style of governance. Now, one thing about the Obidient Movement is frugality that P2B propagates, his ideas and principles. Now, people believe that if P2B gets to power, he will push up his ideas and principles so that people will start, you know, living better in terms of the economy, in terms of his political ideas. But if the current government adopts P2B's principles and ideas such that things get better before the next election, would you support this current government?
There is no way they can adopt P2B government or the P2B principle and all that. There is no way. They cannot do that because you can't give what you don't have, okay? And the way, you know, talking about adopting P2B principle, check out the subsidy removal. They rushed to do what P2B expressed, what he intended doing, but they don't know how they will achieve that. They don't know what they will do. So even only trying to adopt that alone, they failed. So they can never. There's no way. Yeah.
It is very pleasurable speaking with you. Remind me of your name again.
Ambassador Honorable Kingland Johnston.
Ambassador Honorable Kingland Johnston. It's nice speaking with you. Thank you very much. We ask you more power to your elbow. Thank you. That's all I have for you, viewers. If you enjoyed this story, do not hesitate to subscribe to the Diaspora Digital Media for more exciting stories. I am Tochukwu Raphael. Have a nice day.